Welcome to our online series, Space4Coffee. My pleasure to introduce the host today, Inka Helmke. She has a lot of diverse experience in finance and innovation management. She's the CFO of Astronautin GmbH, and she has over 9 years of experience in finance management at Aerospace. She's also had her vocational training in the electrical department and as a tax officer. We wanted to pick someone with diverse experiences today for our viewers to understand how many paths there are to get into aerospace. Welcome, Inka.
Hello, Sana. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so now we do a short lightning round with respect to a bit of your interests and likings. So tea or coffee?
Normally coffee, but at the day, it's nice to have tea inside our cup because you see the first female astronaut.
Salt or sugar?
Salt.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Do you want to fly like a bird or swim like a fish?
Oh, I like to fish. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Do you like satellites better or planes?
We're sure satellites.
Do you want to go to Moon or Mars?
Moon.
Maybe we start with some short questions. So the first question I want to ask is, what does the everyday life look like for you?
Yeah, I'm so happy to say that it's allowed to talk about the fascination of space industries and projects in space. That's my favorite task because our company, Astronautin GmbH, trains business people outside from space industries with examples and experience from space industries.
Yeah, then maybe you could briefly tell us about the first few steps of your career and how it progressed to where you are today. Yeah.
Yeah, a little luck and coincidence, but um, and good listening is sometimes really helpful because um, I 2004, Claudia is a space engineer, Claudia Kessler, you know it, and she's the CEO at HG Space. So, and she looking for somebody who can good handle with figures and interested in space. And that's me. You know, 30 years ago, oh, I'm old, it was much harder for a woman to enter in a technical professional at all.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just a whole other situation you guys had before, and it's amazing to see how all of you amazing women are. What would you say is the most important skill needed for your career? And yeah, let's start with that.
I would say my keywords are activity or listening and communication, and learn what you can learn, everything, and make it with fun.
Yeah, that's good advice. How do you train yourself to pick up a new skill?
In my job, for example, innovation, you have to see everything what's new, and you have to jump in, jump
Mhm.
in, and when it's really interested, and you have to decide it's really interested, then go deeper in.
So you would say that your job working with innovation kind of pushed you to say that here's a new interesting thing and you have to learn it for the job and you got in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, then maybe the next question I had for you is what do you enjoy most about your job?
Working with people and facing everything I had learned myself. So not with the typical like a teacher said you must have or you have to and so on. Now, I guess the most people learned perfectly with experience from other side, not for directly orders or from only from books, and to talk about that and to see what happened with other things and learn from that. And space industries are so fantastic. There are so many things to learn and to use it for life on Earth.
Okay, now we want to know a bit more about your life, let's say. What kind of challenges did you have on the way to your current situation for
There
your
are
current state?
really many challenges in the past, but the biggest one is that I'm a woman. As a child, I was always easy to play with the boys, and nobody asked. And then, yeah, but later on, I heard so often that's for women, that's for men, that's that. So, and to find your own way, to see that it's however you are a man or a woman, you are people, you are human. So that was the biggest challenge of my life, to accept that.
It is quite a difficult obstacle, must say.
But we have to change that. So
Yes. Yeah, that's a hopeful way for sure. So maybe how did you overcome these difficulties, challenges that you had?
to find your own passion and to find out how you are. When you are young, you have many interests and passions, and yeah, but you can not go everywhere. Way, no, you have to decide and to make decisions. It isn't easy, but you have to accept. And if you later on, when you make a wrong decision, that's okay. That's fine, because with every wrong decision, you learn something. And when you reflect that and said, okay, yeah, okay, that's what's wrong way. Now we go another way. Um, then it's okay. For example, I opened in the past, oh, no, not 2019, oh, well, a bistro with pizza and steaks and so on. So I like to handle with people. So then I thought it's a good idea, but I have no experience with the sales, and what I have to calculate, I go under completely. So, but at the end, it's okay. I learned so many things there, and it was a nice experience for my later jobs.
Stages. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, people are so scared of failing these days that they don't understand it's a really good opportunity to learn and it's totally okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's really great advice because I think this was also necessary for me to understand in my life that failing is totally okay. Did you always want to work in space or did you have some other paths at some point you wanted to take?
I grew up with Enterprise and Star Wars on TV and cinema, and I like to look in um, and to the stars and everything. And but as a job in space industry, I can't imagine really. So for me, it's infinitely far from my thoughts. But it was a big wishes in my heart. So the idea, as Claudia gave me the chance, was, yeah, perfect. It was the best moment, one of the best moment in my life.
That's awesome. Yeah. I wanted to ask maybe what kind of skills do people need to have a similar role like you have?
I guess it's my passion for people and numbers, and to combine both. That doesn't mean that I said, okay, all people are numbers. That's not true. It's normally the other way around, because behind every figure there is a story with or about the people. So, and this is the feeling that's really important for a CFO, to know that.
Okay. So then maybe the next question I had was, what kind of advice would you give to someone who's willing to work in the space sector? And maybe also if this person is moving from another domain into the aerospace sector.
Networking. That's normally, yeah, everybody said that networking, but it's true. Not only to be on LinkedIn and follow somebody. Now ask them a lot of questions. When I see somebody on LinkedIn and from space industry, and I'm interested in this job, in his or her job, and want to know about that, ask. Why not? Everybody talk about, or mostly the most people talk about their own job because it's good for them. So, and the other can learn from that, and so do it. And that's one of the best point of women they could ask.
Yeah, for sure. I think networking was important even for me while applying for my master. Yeah.
And sometimes you will see that, for example, project controller. So you can be a project controller, for example, in a car industry, and your dream is to change to space industry. And there is an option, of course. You can train today, finally, online on many courses about space, and there's so many options now to do something. But
Mhm.
first of all, you have to learn about that. So it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay, then what would you suggest as the soft skills for people to learn?
Be self-convinced.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's really a strong skills, soft skills that you have to. It's easier to go your way, and the communication. It's really also a soft skill that you have should be, and be willing to think outside the box. It sounds simple, sure, but should be trained every day.
Yeah, so maybe what are some lessons that you learned during your journey that you want to share?
Um, when you don't find the directly way, or it's not yet possible, then take a detour. Why not? Make a plan with not over details, not completely next month I will do that. And you will see, then you will find the way to your target.
If our lovely viewers want to maybe get in touch with you or follow some activity, or maybe they have some backup questions, how can they find you on social media?
Yeah, on LinkedIn, only with my name, Inka Helmke, so you will find me. So and both you can use our website, for example.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Inka, for your time, for an insight into your personal journey, into your career aspect. Yeah.
Thank you, and let you know, good working at VR Europe, because that's really good idea to show another way to space industry. Bye.